What can entrepreneurs teach us about truth-seeking, treasure hunting, and problem-solving? As many of you know, this channel is about this theme of treasure hunting and alternate reality games, but not just for those who are treasure hunters or gamers or designers of them, but for all of us to learn the skills and the habits of thinking that can help us be greater problem solvers and metaphorical treasure hunters in discovering great treasures and truths throughout our life and our work, in all aspects of our life and our work. So I want to talk about entrepreneurs. I have served as an entrepreneur at times in my life, and I also have spent years learning from and working with entrepreneurs and serving as a consultant alongside different entrepreneurs in a few different fields, especially in the area of educational entrepreneurship and workforce development and other things like that. And I've noticed some patterns. Now, there are many different types of personalities of entrepreneurs, but there are certain patterns and habits of thinking that I see that are very consistent among many of the most successful, thriving entrepreneurs that I've had a chance to observe and learn from and work with. And they have some skills that can really help us with truth-seeking and metaphorical, literal treasure hunting and problem solving. So I'm going to walk through 5 that I've jotted down for you, as I do in many of my videos. I love my patterns of 5 insights for us to consider. So let's go ahead and dive in and see what we have today. The first one is this: they question the default path. They don't just follow the crowd. They like to look at an alternate route, right? The treasure hunter is looking at, you can go right or left, and the entrepreneur is saying, well, what if we build a third road or a fourth or a fifth? Or what if we build multiple roads or multiple paths? Or what if we fly instead of take the road? Or what if we dig a tunnel and we go under? So they question the default path, and this can be very, very helpful for us when we're trying to discover literal and metaphorical treasures, seek truth, solve problems, and so forth. Second one is they tend to acknowledge the importance of tolerating discomfort, that you have to live in a uncomfortable, uncertain place and not just run to a solution to get rid of that uncomfortable spot. It takes lots of time and sweat and tears and persistence and failure. You're living outside of that comfort zone, as we talk about sometimes, and really leaning into things that are unknown, and there is a good measure of uncertainty. There's no guarantee of success, and you let yourself stay in that space, and you continue to experiment and problem solve and troubleshoot and persist, and you learn to be comfortable in the uncomfortable. So to learn to tolerate that kind of discomfort so that you can try to find some good solutions and find your way through. The third one is they notice patterns and hidden details. So they have an eye for detail and attention to detail where other people are looking at things in a broad way. They ask additional layers of questions to get beneath the surface. And, well, why did that happen? And once you give them an answer, well, why did that happen? And why did that happen? And so forth. They dig much deeper than the rest of us to get really to the root of a topic or a problem or an issue. And they're not afraid to face the uncomfortableness of what they discover, where sometimes the information isn't very pleasant to hear, but they go beneath the surface because solutions to problems that can help other people and benefit other people and lead to a product or service that sells is often found in doing that kind of thinking. So they notice those hidden patterns. The fourth one is they resist the crowd sometimes, and they're okay being the one who's standing alone. They're okay with that kind of discomfort as well. They're okay being the one that is kind of charting a less charted or uncharted territory where there are going to be some people that question you, that challenge you, that tell you you don't know what you're talking about and you don't know what you're doing, and they have a kind of confidence or at least a curiosity or a sense that there's a possibility beyond what people think or know, that they stay down that path a little bit further than the rest of us, sometimes a lot further, and it's there that they discover things that were hidden to the rest of us. The last one that I'll often offer is kind of similar to the ones that I've shared before, but I think there's a distinction to it. And what I wrote down was they move beyond the familiar. So while they're not following the crowd and they're doing the uncomfortable, they are stretching themselves to go to things that are unfamiliar and to learn from things that are unfamiliar to them. And so oftentimes they take unfamiliarity from different places and the lessons learned from these different places, and they piece them together to come up with solutions. I know that I've talked to entrepreneurs who like going to events and conferences and reading books that are completely unrelated to the topic that they seem to be focused upon with their company or their product or service, because they want to look at the world through some different lenses and some things that are unfamiliar to them. And then they use those lenses to notice things in their field that other people don't pay attention to. And that's a fascinating approach that I think we can all learn from. It can be a great benefit to us in our truth-seeking, our problem-solving, and our metaphorical and literal treasure hunting. I hope you found this useful. I look forward to your comments.